Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing a little pre-order video talking about the 1/6 scale Spider-Man 90s animated series Mondo action figure. I ask you guys to please hit that like button if you want to support my content, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button, well, hey, hit that button as well. And if you're trying to pre-order this figure, it goes for about $220 over at Big Bad Toy Store. There's also the Mondo exclusive on their site, which costs $20 more, but you get more stuff. And we're going to get into all of that in just a moment. I did want to talk about this figure because not only did we discuss it at the breakfast party this morning, but I've just been thinking about the figure more and more and just gawking at these pictures more and more. And I just wanted to talk about it because there's a whole bunch of stuff here that I really like that I'm seeing. And then there's other stuff about it that just make me go, I think it's going to be a pass. So I wanted to get into it and talk about these promo images, which first off, I think they're doing a great job with the promo shots. I think these look really good. And I think the overall frame of the figure looks pretty nice. However, I will say there are a couple of points that do look a little off to me. I feel like the arms are a little on the short side. This is just my personal opinion, but it just seems like the arms could just be a little bit longer. I know in this photo his elbows are bent, but still, I think the arms could be longer. Also, the neck looks a little bit on the long side. And then another thing I wanted to mention was I don't pick up much of the Mondo figures. Actually, I only have one. I have the exclusive or the timed exclusive Skeletor. And the reason why I picked that up is not necessarily for their articulation, but because of the aesthetics. I mean, that thing is freaking incredible. It has this crazy awesome bendy wire cape, a whole bunch of interchangeable heads, ornate detailing on his armor and everything. It looks absolutely fantastic. So that's what really put me over the edge was the details and the accessories. Well, the Spider-Man, just due to the nature of the character, he doesn't have all that stuff going on. He doesn't have all the ornate details and all those things going on here. So that kind of works against this offering right here for me anyway. You can see that camera accessory. That looks pretty damn sweet. I am a little bit concerned about that ab crunch. I feel like that ab crunch isn't going to bend forward more than that. You can see he does have toe articulation, which we're going to discuss even more so in a minute. But the double jointed knees, the pinless tech, toe joints look pretty good. He's going to have a whole bunch of interchangeable hands. And it looks like you're going to be able to get him into some pretty fun poses. He's going to come with that mask right there. And he's going to come with a Peter Parker head as well, which actually looks great. It looks better than the Marvel Legends heads, I think. So I'm really stoked about the Peter Parker head that comes with this figure. Then they gave us some white backdrop images right here. And again, the neck looks long to me. Oh, I also want to talk about the cell shading. The cell shading I actually appreciate. Now, you may hate the cell shading no matter who's doing it, but I think Mondo is doing a much better job with this cell shading than Hasbro has. I mean, it has some direction. You could obviously see the light sources coming from the left. So the left side of each of those legs has the dark paint. The inside of the arms has the darker paint. It just makes sense to me. Now, it does split up on that waist. I am seeing it right there on the waist and the torso. So it is kind of weird having that big shadow on that side. But overall, as far as cell shading goes with figures, I think that this looks better than most, or at least better than what we've seen with Hasbro. But look at those ankles, though. I don't like those ankle joints. That looks awful to me. It just breaks up the sculpt completely, and I wish they had done something like what Mafex does, where they kind of create a sleeve on the sides of those ball joints to hide that. Same thing with the wrists. You can see the big old fat ball joint on that whipping hand right there, and that doesn't really look too cool to me. So I don't like that. There's definitely things here that I'm not happy to see. Again, the ball joints at the ankle. Cool running pose, though. I do like the pinless double jointed elbows, so, that's sweet. But I don't think he's going to be able to look up that much either. I mean, I don't know. If I was putting him in this pose, I'd have him look up more than that. Oy. So I am a little bit concerned with the articulation on this figure. It is a Spider-Man. And while Mondo, I don't think they focus too hard on their articulation, with a piece like this, I really wish they did. I wish this was one where they focused more on their articulation, because I don't think we're getting the best articulation on a 1/6 scale figure like this. But yeah, again, that Peter Parker head looks good. There are aesthetically pleasing attributes to this figure, you know. They could have changed the lip color. That would have been a smart move. The mouth needs to be a different color, and it has this shading on the side of his face that is throwing me off. But, you know, it's not as 100% perfect. Oh, you can see the gappage around the Spider logo. I guess that was like that on the 2-pack Vulture figure review that I just did. And then I thought this was funny. I was thinking about this, how they have the the guy holding the figures so you can see it's 12 inches. Come on, man. We all know the average collector's got a bigger tummy than that. You know, it should have been a fat dude holding that thing, and I think that would have been freaking hilarious. And a big old Gordo pizza-stained stomach. No, that would have been insulting. They should have done it, but I would have offered my gut for being the model. I don't have a cool barbed wire tattoo on my wrist, but my flesh tone matches. I have a bigger gut, and it would have been more it would have been more accurate, I think. But overall, it does look pretty good. Like when you see it standing like that, it doesn't look too bad at all, right? Here's the figure. Here's the offering that you can get at Big Bad Toy Store. And this is for $220, which for a 1/6 scale figure loaded with accessories isn't awful. This is coming from someone who has a whole bunch of Hot Toys, and I'm used to seeing that $300 price point for a 1/6 scale figure. If you're another 1/6 scale collector, you know what I'm talking about. The webbing looks a little on the thick side, or a little bit too thick anyway. And I like the interchangeable hands, except it doesn't have wall crawling hands. That's always frustrating. So why 2 different kinds of thwipping hands? Am I confused here or what? I'm seeing 2 sets of thwipping hands. That's really weird. But anyway, looking at the Mondo exclusive version, you just get the added Green Goblin head. You get some symbiote goop, and then you get an added masked Spider-Man head, which, you know, doesn't look too different from the one that you already get with the figure. So I'm kind of like, oh, that's not a huge selling point right there. It looks so similar. I guess the eyes are just a little bit bigger more than anything else. This unmasked Gobby head looks pretty cool, though. I do like that. Kind of reminds me of that Wolverine popcorn bucket a little bit, right, from the Deadpool Wolverine movie. The symbiote goop is working for me, though. I really like how that looks, especially just wrap it over the shoulder right there. That's pretty sweet. I like the blue shading that they added to it, so that's really cool. Then I wanted to throw in a couple of shots of the head sculpts. I think that's the regular head sculpt, and then this is the other one, unless they're each the same, and I just showed a picture of a zoomed-in version and then the zoomed-out version. So, again, not a whole lot to offer with having that other head sculpt being so similar to the first one. So that does kind of bum me out. So, at the end of the day, for right now, I'm going to sit on this. I'm going to pass on pre-ordering it. I am interested for sure, but as of right now, this is going to be a pass. I don't know where I'm going to put it, first off. And second off, I have a 12-inch Spider-Man already from the Icons, or not the 12-inch Marvel Universe line, and I don't even know where to display that one. That one's in a bin right now, and I'm afraid if I buy this, I'm going to put that one in a bin. So for that reason, I am passing on this figure. However, if you want to get it and you think it's badass, I don't blame you. There's a lot of cool stuff to see with it. It's just that for a Spider-Man figure, I want a company to go hard on articulation. And while I think this is pretty decent, it's just not as hard as I would like to see it go. I was just cracking my knuckles. That was not a fart. I only include fake fart sounds. I do like the bendy wire. It looks like that's bendy wire in the webbing. I think that's pretty cool. But overall, it's going to be a pass for me. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. I have a whole lot of stuff to review for you guys, so stay tuned. I will have more reviews coming to the channel, but today I wanted to spend some time working on some Street Humans stuff and working on songs that I've had in my head for a while. I've got a song called Nerd Balls. I got a song called The Glute that are in the works, so I want to get those made. And so I'm going to spend some time with that today. And yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And stay tuned for more reviews. Hope you all have a good day. And I'll catch you later. Peace. Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.